In this video, I'll guide you through how to organize projects in ClickUp so everything you're working on is tidy, easy to find, and simple to manage. We'll focus on using folders and lists, and by the end, you'll have a clear structure you can reuse for any project. First, let's quickly talk about how ClickUp is laid out, because understanding the structure makes the whole system click into place. In ClickUp, work is organized into workspaces, then spaces, then folders, and finally lists. For this walkthrough, we'll assume you already have a workspace and a space set up for your work or your team. Our main goal is to create folders for your projects and then create lists inside each folder for the different parts of that project. Go ahead and open ClickUp and navigate to the space where you want your project to live. Think of this space as the broad area of your work, like marketing, product development, or client work. Once you're in the right space, you'll see an option to add a new folder. This is usually available in the sidebar where your existing items are listed. Create a new folder and give it the name of your project. For example, you might call it Website Redesign, Q3 Marketing Campaign, or Client Onboarding Project. The folder is the container for everything related to that single project. Taking a moment to give it a clear, specific name will make it much easier to spot later when you have many projects running at once. With your project folder created, click into it. Inside this folder is where you'll create the list you want for that specific project. Lists are like smaller sections or phases of the project. Think about how you naturally break the project down. You might have lists such as planning, design, development, content, testing, or launch. For client work, you might choose discovery, implementation, and review. Create a new list inside the folder, give it a descriptive name based on that part of the project, and confirm. Repeat this for each section you know you'll need. Don't worry if you're not sure of everything yet. You can always add or rename lists later as the project evolves. The important part is to start with a structure that feels logical to you and your team. As you create these lists, think of each list as a place where you'll add the actual tasks. For example, under a planning list, you might later add tasks like define goals, outline requirements, or collect assets. Under a launch list, you might have tasks such as final review, schedule release, and post-launch checks. You don't have to add tasks right now if you're just focusing on organizing, but having those examples in mind can help you design lists that make sense. Once you've set up your project folder and the lists inside it, take a quick tour through your structure, click into the folder, move between the lists, and make sure the flow of the project feels clear. If something feels out of place, it's completely fine to rename a list or rearrange your sections until it matches the way you actually work. Over time, you can reuse this same folder and list structure for future projects. When you find a setup that works well, you can even treat it like a template. Create a new folder for each new project and recreate or duplicate the same lists inside. That way, organizing new projects in ClickUp becomes quick, consistent, and stress-free.